Keep the Sunday Six pushing with another big upset in the early window on Sunday. The Green Bay Packers, not massive underdogs, but they were starting a backup quarterback in place of Jordan Love. Malik Willis gets the start after a little bit of gamesmanship. And the Green Bay Packers get an upset win over the Indianapolis Colts. And when you coach a backup quarterback to a win in the NFL, it's going to take a little bit of scheming, a little bit of game planning. That's why this is this week's Zillow Victory Unlock. It's brought to you by Zillow. Agents, tours, loans, homes. And again, even if this isn't a performance that anybody's going to remember fondly, Green Bay Packers traded for Malik Willis 3 weeks ago. Guy didn't have a playbook until late August. And here on September 15th, he goes into a game against the Indianapolis Colts and he gets a win. He gets a win, I thought, by the Packers smartly, not asking him to do too much. Malik Willis only threw 14 passes in this game. They leaned on an impressive ground game. The Green Bay Packers had 237 rushing yards at the half against Indy. Their defense picked off Anthony Richardson 3 times to hold on to this one. Not going to win any beauty contests, but like I talked to about my guys, Joe Davis and Greg Olson, who were on the call, you're starting a backup, you take it any way you can get it. Oh, guys, probably a lot closer than the Packers would have preferred, but if you get a win with your backup quarterback, I'm going to guess it outweighs the general sloppiness in this game.
Yeah, even Matt LaFleur said this week, look, like we talk all about game plan. The plan is whatever it takes to win the game given these circumstances.
Yeah, and that's the only way to judge this. Every team in the league would take walking out of your home field after a tough loss in week 1 and say, okay, week 2, I got my backup quarterback starting, and we're on the verge of going 0-2 for the first time since 2006. You walk out of here with 1 more point than the other team, and you will take it. Now, did they revolutionize football? In the first half, maybe in the run game. That was pretty creative and fun. They understand they got to score more points. But listen, Malik Willis did a great job, did exactly what they needed him to do today. And the real story was the Green Bay defense bouncing back after a tough week 1.
You mentioned both of the things I wanted to ask, Greg. 2 stats really stand out here. 260 rushing yards for the Packers as a team and 3 picks by the defense to really limit Anthony Richardson. Which of those stats really jumped out to you more in terms of the Packers' performance?
Yeah, I think it was really, I mean, the turnovers obviously are critical. We all know the stats. The team that wins the turnover battle is going to win, most games in the NFL, disproportionately so. But it really was, I think the run game was super effective. Time of possession, maintaining possession. But none of the run game only mattered because the defense did such a good job, right? They only scored 16 points. So the defense holding this Colts offense to 10, to me, is the real story. Takeaways on defense and keeping them stifled to 10 points. That, to me, is the storyline. And then the offense did exactly what they needed to do, complement what was pretty much the whole day a dominant defense.
Starting a backup quarterback in the NFL is all about stealing results however you can get them. Just like Greg Olson said a minute ago, it doesn't matter if it comes by 1 point or 20. You will take it and keep it pushing because every positive result keeps you in the conversation until your starter is available again. NFL Network's Ian Rappaport reported Sunday morning Jordan Love is targeting a Week 5 return from his MCL injury. That would be at the Los Angeles Rams. So just this win alone keeps the Packers in shouting distance until then. We're not going to tally up wins and losses ahead of time, but they go to play the Tennessee Titans next week. I'm not exaggerating. Think of the difference between, let's just say they lose to Tennessee. Not saying they will, but play this hypothetical with me. Imagine the difference between 1-2 versus 0-3. You cannot overstate how important it was for the Packers to find a way to win this game. Not the prettiest thing you've ever seen, but hey, to get Malik Willis ready in record time, absolutely impressive performance from Matt LaFleur and his coaching staff, and it keeps the Packers season afloat. I know it sounds like I'm exaggerating. I really don't think I am.